Okay, got this package ready to go to the mailbox. That is what I'm doing today. I'm getting ready to send this package out for an Easter order that I got. And I got it all packaged up. This was my lamb that I do. The lady messaged me through Facebook wanting the lamb for her grandbaby for Easter. And it is my lamb. I'll show y'all my lamb that I do, my pattern. I don't have that pattern out for sale, but it's a lamb that I've been making for quite some time now. I just put it in this box that I had and printed a label through pirate shipping. Hey y'all, it's me again, Elisa Dawn with Elisa Dawn's Crochet, and I'm still working on my Knotted Loveys book by MAMAMADEMINIS. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I want to welcome everybody. Today we're going to just be crocheting out of the book here. And I think I have decided to make Tessa Toad. If you remember my last video, I said I didn't know if I was going to do the toad or the fox next. So I think I'll get started on Tessa Toad. And so it says to use, the main color that they used was sage. You don't necessarily have to use the same color that they used, but I wanted to try to stick close to the colors that they used. But I don't have any sage. And so I'm trying not to buy a whole lot of new yarn right now, unless I sell some of my items at the coffee house. So this is the Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion in the color olive. I don't know if you can see it real good or not. I have my door open. It's kind of dark in my bedroom. And so I do have my door open over here so I can see a little bit better. I got my lamp on right back here. Got my lamp going. It just kind of helps brighten it up a little bit better so I can see to crochet. So while this is not sage, I think it will be a really good color green to make this toad, which is, you know, like toads are like frogs. And so I'm going to get started on that. And this is what I had left after making that dash dino. So I don't know. We'll see if I can get all the way through. It says to use a 7 and an 8 millimeter hook. The last time I just used a 6 for the entire thing. Hey, so I'm back. I finished working on the head a little bit, and I'm completed with the head all except for stuffing it with the polyfill. And I have not put any eyes because this is a lovey or a snuggler. I had thought about embroidering the eyes on this frog, or toad rather, because it says it's a toad, this Tessa Toad. But however, I really don't like the face shape, and I know once I put the polyfill in it and I stuff it that it will be a little different than what it looks like now. However, I just really, for some reason, after I've made the head, I don't like the color of it. I don't like the shape of the front of the face, how it looks. There's just something about it that I just don't like. So this yarn from Hobby Lobby is a little bit stiffer, and it's just a little bit thicker and stiffer than what I'm really used to. I really like the Bernat baby blanket and the Bernat blanket, and I like the Premier Basics Brights yarns because, well, sometimes you can get Bernat blanket that is pretty stiff like this as well. But this here is like kind of like scratchy. It's real stiff, and it kind of hurts my hands when I'm crocheting. It's very hard to crochet, and I've been crocheting pretty slow with it. So with that being said, I do not think that I'm going to do the snuggler. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up frogging this whole entire thing, and maybe later on ordering maybe the sage color yarn in the Bernat blanket, or either the sage color in the Premier Basic Sprites, or I may just do a completely different color. I had thought about using this dark purple and doing the toad out of this. However, I do need more boy stuff, so I feel like if I do it out of this purple, then this will be more toward a girl. I have seen toads that are darker colors like this in real life. I've seen tan looking toads, almost black looking toads. There's all different color green toads and frogs. So I don't know. I gotta think about it a good bit. This is a problem that I run into a lot, y'all. I have a lot of issues when it comes to making decisions on color, and you know, a lot of times once I make something, I'm just like, I don't really like that. So I wind up frogging it. I have done that to several makes. I just, for whatever reason, you know, I'm just like, no, 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 no. So, for whatever reason, it just don't look right to me. So I'm frogging it, pulling it out, because I just do not like it. Let me wind this up. I'm going to have to wind as I go, because I don't have a yarn winder. Have y'all ever been in a situation where you just really don't feel motivated? You just don't really have a whole lot of inspiration, or if you do have inspiration, you're just like, nah, I don't really want to do that. I don't know. It's almost like my crojo is gone, and I'm like, why? I want to crochet, but then it's like, I don't want to crochet. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love crocheting, but for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm just having a hard time this week. The other thing that bothers me is I need to order my safety eyes. And so I have been putting that off and putting it off and putting it off, because I keep saying I need to sell more stuff before I buy them, because you got to have money to make money. I have like $30 in my account, my crochet account, and then I've sold 2 items at the coffee house, but I don't get paid for another week and a half. So I'm praying that more things will sell at the coffee house, but I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and make an order for my eyes. And I really need some brown yarn. I have no browns at all. So I'm completely out of my browns and tans, and so I need to do that. So let me look in this book and see what else I want to make. There is the Forest Fox, and I have this yarn, and so I think that I may go ahead and start working on him. It says the contrast colors they used was pewter, which is the gray color, and winter white for the end of the tail and the mouthpiece. So I do have the white. I don't have any of this pewter. However, I still got just a tiny bit of that Mainstays yarn that's gray that I don't like it either, because it's so scratchy, and it's even worse than this, y'all. I'm serious. It's so rough on my hands. So, with that being said, I really need some gray yarn as well. Unless I decide to do the colors in a different, or the contrast color one, the ears, the feet, and the hands in a different color. So I'm sitting here thinking, because I have no tan and no browns, I have a little bit of black. So I'm sitting here thinking that I probably could use that black, because I do have that. So this is all the white that I have left. This is the black that I have. And then this is the terracotta. Okay, so I need the black first. better once I get the polyfill in there and I get all the details on there and all of that. And I'm not finished with the head. This is just like the half of the head or whatever. So I finished with the white on the face. And so I think some of it too has to do with like my attention, color changing back and forth and all of that. So this side here definitely looks better than this side, but that is kind of what it shows a little bit in the picture. I think probably what she did is she went back. I think what she did is she went back with some white and she probably filled this in right here, which is probably what I will do. I will go back with a little bit of white and fill some of this in to just kind of make it look a little bit better. And it's better to go ahead and do this before you get the plushie head all the way made. And that way you can hide and you're not weaving a whole bunch and you can just like hide and tie. And in my opinion, that's just my opinion now. So, but what I'll do is I'll just kind of go underneath it. Alright, so now is the time that you would add the safety eyes. I'm thinking about using just some bigger eyes that I have because I do have some bigger eyes. So let me get those real quick. And then these are just orange. So I may go with these little orange ones. I think that's what I'll do. Go with these little orange ones. The orange is already built in. So they're really pretty. And they're really easy backs. And I want to say these are 14 millimeters. I'm pretty sure that that's what it said was 14 millimeters. And so they're really pretty. I'm going to go one more round and then I'll start stuffing. It's secured. It's secured really good. It's hid. And so it looks really good. All I've got to do is the tip of the nose here.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
that, y'all. I did not record me making the complete fox, but I did get the fox made. So I wanted to show y'all how gorgeous, how simply stunning that this fox is. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am just in love with this cutie patootie fox. Take a look. Oh my gosh. He turned out magnificent. I decided to go with the black on his nose too, since I was doing black on his ears, his arms, and his feet. I did do the white tail that it showed that matches the white on his face here. And the orange eyes, they turned out really cute. He is such a cute, pretty good size. I was so surprised at how big he turned out. But it's because I used a 6.5 metal hook instead of that plastic 6. When you compare it to the dragon, you can see that they're maybe like an inch, a half an inch to an inch longer. But it's not that much difference. It's really not. So the only difference is and I don't know if you can tell looking on here, but the new yarn looks a little bit brighter than the old yarn that I used. And I didn't really notice that until you put them side by side. But the new yarn, which is on the fox here, terracotta, it is just a little bit brighter. Now that I've got the fox made, I still want to make everything that's in the book. So I will be doing the frog or the toad, whatever, when I get the color yarn that I really want. And I've made up my mind I am going to get some sage. The next thing that I'm going to be working on, though, is the Una unicorn. I have decided to do the Una. I don't know if you pronounce it Una or Una, but I've decided to make Una in that light pink that I have. And I'm going to do her feet and her arms and her muzzle in that tan color that I already have. I think it's enough to do that with. And then I'm going to do the mane. And I have like a darker pink and a purple. And I have a teal color that I'm going to use for the mane on the head and the tail. And then I have that mustard color that I'm going to be using for the horn. So I'm going to get started on the unicorn now. And hopefully I'll get it finished in time for this video. And y'all can see it. Hey y'all, it's me again. So I started working on Una the unicorn. And I've got the head done. And I found these little eyes. And they're clear. With black centers, but you really can't tell a whole lot because they're so small. So the book says to give them 12 to 14 millimeter black eyes like these, and so I went ahead and just used these. And I don't know if you can tell that they're clear with black centers, but I didn't have anything to like paint them, so I just left them clear because, like I said, it's just barely just a little bit on the outside that's clear. And so I found this yarn that I had, and I only had just enough to do the muzzle, and it matches. This color is actually called Teddy, and it's from Hobby Lobby, but it matches the tan color that I have from Premier. I think it's I can't remember if it's the steel cut oats. I think that may be what it is, just a little bit of the steel cut oats that I have left. And so it does kind of match. This color here is just a little bit lighter than this, but I think it'll be fine for the hands and the feet, or the hooves, all four of the hooves rather, on the unicorn. And so I'm going to finish the body with this pink here. And then I have some brighter pink and some purple, light purple here that I'm going to use to do the mane. And I'm not sure yet if I want to use this teal color that I have also to do the mane with. But I do have this teal color here that I also wanted to use. And I have two little small rolls of this. I have this small roll, and then I have this small roll here that matches. And so I have just this right here of this burnt mustard colored that I'm planning on doing the horn with. And so I am still working on that, and I will try to get it completed before the end of the day today. If not, it'll be completed on the next video, but I'm going to try my best to get it completed today so it can be on this video, because today I've got to, whenever I get finished, I've got to start editing this video and complete the editing before Friday. And so I only just got a little bit of time left to finish and edit the video. And so it's later in the afternoon, and I've literally been crocheting crocheting. But anyway, I did get the head made, and I will try my best to get the rest of the unicorn made, but it's no promises. So if I get it made, I get it made. If not, then it'll be on the next video. So, but I will see y'all later. Hey y'all, I'm back. So this is where I've gotten with Una the unicorn. I have finished the body, and so now I have to put the arms and the legs and the horn and the mane. And so I'm not gonna get this done. I was hoping I would, but it is a lot. Just for it's a lot for me to have to finish in time. So I honestly didn't do any crocheting for like 3 days in a row, so that's why I don't have a lot of stuff. And I did a whole lot of crocheting back to back, so now my hand is swollen and cramping, and so I'm gonna have to ice my hand and put, you know, raise my hand up, because I have just been crocheting non-stop. But that's that's how we do sometimes. So I'm just gonna try working on this tomorrow, and it won't be in time for this video. So this is what I've got done, and so I'll have to show y'all the finished version on the next video. So I'm sorry about that, but I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. This is my little helpers wanting to help again. I hope y'all have enjoyed my video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. If you've watched this all the way to the end, leave me a doggy emoji. And I will see y'all next week, friends. Y'all have a good one.